What's up, everybody? Big Herc, getting down with Fresh Out, and you tune into another edition of our Prison Talk. I want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for all the support. We've really been trying to push a lot of great content, but we know that there's certain things working at hand that limit us. So if you guys want to get the real, go to our Patreon. The link is in the description, and we'll be able to give you a more in-depth conversation on a lot of the topics we've been bringing on this platform, and get raw and uncensored with them. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. If you're not familiar with this book, hey man, do your homework. A lot of game, a lot of information, and I'm gonna keep it light because, like I said, we can only talk about certain things on this platform. But this book, it says here, was an introductory programming manual, was uncovered quite by accident on July 7th, 1986, when an employee of Boeing Aircraft purchased a surplus IBM copier for scrap parts at a sale and discovered inside details of a plan hatched in the embryonic days of the Cold War, which called for the control of masses through manipulation of industry, people's pastimes, education, and political learnings. It called for the quiet revolution, putting brother against brother and diverting the public attention from what is really going on. Now, you guys just absorb that for a minute, put it into perspective, and reflect on what I just said. And one thing you have to remember is don't judge the messenger. Rather, listen to the message, because you can learn from anybody. And one of the biggest misconceptions is somebody holds a title and you think that title negates any other opinion of whatever the subject matter that's being discussed. Another quick side note from the book I'm going to share with you. And like I said, the real game we're going to be spitting on Patreon. It is only a matter of time before the new breed of private programmer economist will catch on to the far-reaching implications of the work begun at Harvard in 1948. The speed with which they can communicate their warning to the public will largely depend upon how effective we have been at controlling the media, subverting education, and keeping public distracted with matters of no real importance. Now, if you didn't catch that, I'm going to read it for you one more time. It is only a matter of time before the new breed of private programmer / economist will catch on to the far-reaching implications of the work begun at Harvard in 1948. The speed with which they can communicate their warning to the public will largely depend upon how effective we have been at controlling the media, subverting education, and keeping the public distracted with matters of no real importance. Look around you, man. Look around you and look at what occupies your time. Is it Facebook? Is it Twitter? Is it TikTok? Is it the news? Is it all the other drama that they put out there? Are you rocked to sleep, or are you wide awake? Those are some of the questions you got to ask yourself, man. I'm not here to try to tell you what you should or shouldn't do with your life. I just feel like one of my purposes has been to share just knowledge and information, man. A lot of things that I've went through as a child, I never, predicted or, fantasized that I would do those things, man. No child grows up wanting to be a bank robber or, drug dealer or, porn star or whatever the case. These are things that kind of come into play as you live life and are exposed to certain things. But I know that after going to prison and really having an awakening, almost which was an epiphany for me. um, I just have this, it's like this energy source within me that compels me to, you know, share information on this platform and to speak from the heart. So, there's a lot of things out there that are out play, and I've seen a lot of them in prison. And it's just like how a lot of people, after they get sentenced in for prison time or jail time, they just kind of do a program, and they call it a program because that's what it is, exactly, a program. And they call it a program because you're supposed to act and behave a certain way, and you're not supposed to question that program. When you question it, there could be problems. It could be, issues with other inmates, staff, whoever runs the institution. But these are some of the ways that they, kind of push you back in line, per se, or get you to, get back with the program. So, ask yourself, what kind of program are you doing? What is your program? Are you programmed, or are you the programmer? Have you figured out how to rewrite your code, or have you been encoded? A lot of questions out there, man. And I ask myself a lot of these questions. And that's been one of my things throughout life, is questioning things. And I know a lot of us are taught not to question things about the government, things about religion, things about family. But I've always questioned everything, man. And my reason for that questioning was to try to find the truth. And sometimes that truth can take you down a rabbit hole that leads somewhere that you don't know existed, and it can be pretty mind-blowing. So take that into consideration, man, when you start actually doing your research, and check out Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. And make sure you guys go subscribe to our Patreon and sign up, because we're, like I said, we're about to get raw and uncensored on there and start bringing you guys some real game so that you can get laced up. Big Herc, fresh out, prison talk.